Hi, this is Lee with myexpatcoach.com, and I'm going to talk to you about the most common question that I get in coaching, which is, will my ex forget about me during no contact? Or will no contact make my ex forget about me? Now, the first thing that you have got to grasp onto and take hold of is no, they won't forget about you. Are we talking in terms of existence? Because they will remember that you exist and that you are there. And if they want to be with you, if they feel that they want to be with you, they will reach out to you. They know how to do that. We have cell phones, we have social media, all kinds of ways they can get in touch with you, even an old-fashioned letter. So they know what to do, and if they want to be with you, they will reach out. So that's the first thing we need to get a grasp on, and that's not the fun part. But I do think that what I'm going to tell you is going to help you feel better, because I'm going to tell you that no contact actually does the opposite of making them forget. No contact actually helps them or makes them remember. The very fact that they broke up with you means that they have forgotten you. They forgot you when you were in contact with them and when you were texting them constantly and over pursuing. That's usually the reason for a lot of breakups, is that we become someone who is taken for granted because we are constantly in contact. We are too easily available. And it is great that we live in a modern world and we can get in touch with people. It's a powerful tool, and I use it all the time. Cell phones, social media, tablets, who knows what it's coming down the road next. But the problem with that is that we've made ourselves too available. It's as though we can be contacted anytime, any time of the day or maybe even the night. If someone wants to talk to you, it can happen in seconds. And so when we're in a relationship, we want to make ourselves as available as possible. That's a natural reaction. That's a natural response. It makes sense. And we want to be around this person constantly. And we become very available. We become easy to get in touch with, easy to be around. Our presence is something that is simple. It's not as special as it could be. And that's why I tell people lots of times it is so important when you're dating someone that you give yourself and the person you're dating the opportunity to miss you, or to give yourself the opportunity to miss them. Time apart is so important. It is during that time that we learn the most about how we feel about them. That's when we learn that we don't want to be without them. And that's when they learn that they don't want to be without you. We learn that this relationship is something that is good for us and something that is wanted, that we don't want that loneliness without that person. And if we have special connections with that person, then that time apart does even more because we're able to reflect and recognize those. And so that's why having a night out with the guys for him, or a night out with the girls for her, or with a group of friends that it's not a common friendship. We're in a group and our dating partner is back at home or they're with friends. Those things are important. It is important that we don't lose ourselves to the relationship, because if that happens, we will end up losing the relationship as well, most likely. If you are in no contact, you are giving your ex the opportunity to miss you and to learn how they actually feel about you and what they want in terms of a future with or without you. Usually it is the most powerful thing you can do to make them want to come back. It is a great reset if there have been some issues. It's a time of refreshment, reflection, pushing the brakes, slowing things down, letting the smoke clear. It can be a great way to clear our heads and help us see what we really want. It is during that time that their phone, and I'm talking about your ex's phone will not buzz with a text from you. You begin to set up a pattern in their heads to where when they do get a text, oftentimes their first assumption is it's from you, partly because that's what they're used to, but also because they think that you're going to maybe try to be getting them back, try to reach out, because that's what most people do. And it doesn't work most of the time, by the way. And so they think it's you. They get to their phone, it's somebody else. Maybe it's somebody that they are in a rebound relationship with. And what happens is it starts small, but a little bit of disappointment is felt. It's within them. They thought it was you, it wasn't. It's their friend, it's the rebound, it's a parent, it's a teacher, a coworker, a salesman. Who knows? It's not you. And so, slight disappointment because unless you had a terrible relationship, they are missing you. They didn't just break up with you and become cold or become a machine or flick a switch and no longer have any feelings for you. That is extremely rare, to the point that I can't imagine it being the case if you are here watching this video, because if you cared about them that much, then they must have cared about you and you must have been in a good relationship. If you were, this breakup was not easy for them. And the expectation that you will reach out to them is met with disappointment when they see that it's not you on the phone. And so as they continue to get text messages or calls and it's not you, their disappointment grows and they begin to associate negatives with other people. So if your ex is in a rebound relationship, this is actually something you really want to hear. And that is that even if they like this new person, that what they still feel for you, even if it's very small, even if it's dwindled, when they are not getting contact from you and it is this other person and they expect some from you, it will set up some disappointment, even if it's very small. But all you need is a small crack in the armor. And over time, the disappointment grows and grows and grows as you're not the one contacting them. And so, in this way, you are actually forcing them to remember you in much greater and more profound ways than if you reached out to them. And it's in this way that your presence is felt even more because you aren't there. Now, that's a big one, and that will take you a second. Think about what I'm saying. If you aren't there, you're actually making the more powerful statement. You're actually making the more powerful reaction in their minds because you're the one who's not available. You're not easy to contact all of a sudden. They're not sure if you're going to contact them. And they begin to wonder, have they blown it with you? Which is what we want them to feel. We don't want them to feel that if they ever want you, they can just call and get you back. That's not what we want. We want them to feel like there might be a window of opportunity where you will still hear them out and might take them back, but that window might be closing and you might be moving on. They need to feel that they need to come back to you with their tail between their legs, begging or hoping or just wanting to talk to you to see if they have a shot with you. That's what we want. And that's what goes on in their head. I do have another video that's called What Goes On in the Mind of My Ex During No Contact. And that's a great one to watch because it shows you the power over time of them not hearing from you and where they begin to become curious and they become scared and they go into panics and they preoccupy themselves with you. And that's often what happens. But again, your ex is not going to forget about you during no contact. If anything, you bring more attention to yourself because you're not there. You become scarce and more valuable, and you're the one who they can't just get in touch with right away. If you had a good relationship, they're not going to forget about you. Just because at the moment they don't see a future with you romantically does not mean that they don't care about you, that they don't think about you and even miss you. And we want to bring those things up a notch with no contact so that they will miss you enough that they just have to reach out. And that's where time is on your side. And some people think after a little bit of time has passed that they've got to do something or their ex is going to move on and that it's beginning to fade. And that is most often not the case. Usually time is building that intensity in their minds where they miss you and they think that they're going to go crazy if they don't get you back. Day after day after day is like a continual stab into them where they feel you not being there. They feel you as being distant and they want to reach out to you. That's why attraction happens in a vacuum. It's not when you're smothering them and you're opening the lines of communication and you're talking and you're texting. That's when you become easy and they can take you for granted. But when you're not there and they're used to you being there, that's when they remember. And that's what's so powerful about no contact. It's the right response. It's the mature response when someone has said that they don't want you in their life. It is mature for you to allow them that and not try to force your way back in. Acting like a child and pitching a fit and saying, I know you want this, but it's not what I want, is the opposite of maturity. It is the opposite of no contact. No contact is your way back to your ex. You can get a coaching call with me. I can help you with this. Put together a map to get your ex back. I've made plans for people for the last 18 years, and they have been very effective. I can help you put together a plan to get your ex back. We can do it. Set up a coaching call. Please subscribe to my channel if this video is valuable to you, and like, and I will see you next time. This has been Lee with myexbackcoach.com.